Yo, if you're watching this, it's because you want to put on some muscle mass. But there's a lot of mistakes people make that stops them from actually building muscle. Yeah. I don't want you to make those mistakes, so we will correct them right here in this video. Let's go. Alright, there's a few mistakes I see people making when they're trying to put on this muscle mass. You know, I've been a personal trainer for over 20 years. I know I say that in every video, but listen, everybody ain't seen every video, right? This may be the first video somebody's, that's why I say it every time. 20 years, started when I was 16, now I'm 36, and I've seen a lot of mistakes. You've seen a lot of mistakes too. You've been a trainer for a long time.
A lot of mistakes women make all the time too.
So I want to correct some of those mistakes for you right now. So mistake number one is they don't eat enough. They just don't eat enough. A guy will send me a DM on Instagram. He'll slide in my DMs. King Keto, you should holler at me. And they'll say something to the effect of, man, I've been trying to build on muscle and I can't do it. And I ask them, all right, what's your diet like? And then, I eat good. Or like, how much? You know, I eat a lot. No. Are you eating enough? The answer is no. The answer is no, motherfucker. They're not tracking the calories, so that they have no idea. You gotta like actually eat enough. You have to track your calories and make sure you're eating enough. Later in this video, I'll tell you exactly how many calories you need, but first I want to go through the mistakes. So number one is just not eating enough. Bella, what's some mistakes you've seen after being a trainer for a few years?
So this is more for the women, but for males as well, is that I see women and men go to the gym and they do way too many reps lifting a way too light of a weight.
They're not lifting heavy enough.
They're not lifting heavy enough. And they are really working hard, but you aren't applying enough stress to the muscles, to the muscle fibers to tear up and grow and get bigger and stronger. So you have to lift heavy enough and minimize your reps, because some magazines tell you to do like 14, 18 reps, and that's gonna mess up your progress.
Yeah, I mean, I like reps for muscle mass between 6 and 8.
I like 8. In between
8's a good spot.
Yeah.
Maybe even as high as 10, maybe. 12 is actually max, but like I wouldn't recommend it. Like I like 6 and 8 works best for me. You're gonna have to test it out to see what works best for you. But when I say 8, I mean like 9 should be impossible, right? Like I mean 9 should be impossible with maintaining good form. Maybe you can still do it, but like your form will be all crazy. As soon as the form starts to degrade, that's what I call failure, like performance failure. Pick a weight that you can only do between 6 and 8 for a guy. Maybe women, I like 8, maybe just to be safe. 8, man. 8 is great. You should be able to build muscle, but like I mean you can't do 9 with good form. That's the key. The third thing mistake I see guys make, and women too, is just poor form. If your form is crazy, you're basically cheating. Let's say I'm doing a bench press, but I got my butt up off the ground, right? And I'm moving my shoulders forward, like all this stuff, and you know, and I'm not coming down, I'm not getting the full range of motion all the way up or all the way down. Well, I'm not hitting the target muscles. Like I'm using all these other muscles to lift the weights. It's no wonder my chest is not growing. I really believe you should pick a weight where you can only do, let's say 8, let's just say 8 for simplicity's sake. You can only do 8 with good form. Once you have to start doing all that wacky shit, then you're done. Your reps is done. Good form is key. Also, it helps prevent injury.
Exactly. No, that's one of the biggest things. People get injured and then they have to take time off the gym.
I've had a few injuries, and every injury I had was what I call a FTD, a form transmitted disease. Right? Like I was cheating, or I was jerking the weight, or I was lifting with my ego. Listen, man, my ego doesn't need to get bigger. It doesn't need to work out. Like I need to work the muscles, not the ego. Number 4, this may be like the craziest one. You might be watching videos like, oh, I heard all this before. Listen, this is the one that's going to change things for you. You may not be gaining the muscle you want because you're burning too many calories throughout the day that you're not tracking. We live in New York, right? Manhattan, you know, greatest city in the world if you ask me. What you notice is people in New York are typically thinner than you know, other parts of the world. I travel a lot, and New Yorkers are typically thinner, and it's because we have to walk around so much. We walk around a lot, and we burn a lot of calories. So you want to track your what's called NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. When I'm walking around, I track my calories with my Apple Watch. You got one too, right? Oh my God. And we track it, and it links with my MyFitnessPal. It syncs up, so like it'll deduct the calories that I burn. So if I'm trying to get 4,000 calories, I can easily in a day burn 500 to 1,000 calories just walking around Manhattan, you know, doing stuff, going to meetings, things of that nature. And if I don't account for that 1,000 calories, I might fuck around and be in a deficit.
Exactly.
And not a surplus, because I'm not tracking the calories I burn either in the gym when I'm lifting or when I'm walking around. Or like I stand when I work, so I'm burning a lot more calories than the average person without even going into the gym. And if I don't account for that, it's going to hinder my gains. This is a big mistake guys make, and this might be the thing that's holding you back. The fifth thing is just not tracking the progress.
Oh yeah.
You want to be tracking everything. You want to be logging everything. Every time somebody says they're not making progress, because I'm a dick, I'll say, oh, let me see your training log. Let me see your training log.
That is so true.
Can I see your nutrition? Let me see your training log and your nutrition log. Let me see them. And I know they'll say they don't have one, because if they had one, they would be making progress. What gets measured gets managed. If it can't be measured, it can't be managed. So you want to track everything. The expenditure each day. You can do it in the app or whatever. Track your intake, your caloric intake. You want to track your every rep of every set. I have notebooks full of, like, for years of my training logs. I mean, I was tracking how much I slept, how much water I drank, how much time I rested between sets. You get as detailed as possible. At the end of each week, I would take my measurements. And my weights and everything. Exactly. And if I wasn't making progress, I would go look at the data and see where I'm at. Oh, you know what? I did eat that ice cream that day. Okay. Or whatever the case may be. Yeah. And you alter the variables until you start getting the results you want. Maybe reps of 8 is not working for you, right? Then maybe higher reps will work better for you. I don't know. You might have a different amount of muscle fibers. So like I said, how much calories do you need? I think that's another video. Hey, if I remember, I'm gonna write an article about that and I'll post it below.
No matter what's gonna be there, it's gonna be awesome.
Because I might forget or just not do it, right? But I have a plan to write an article on building mass for free for you guys to check out. Hey, whether that's there or not, by the time you're watching this, follow me on Instagram. My name's King Keto. I respond to every DM I get all the time. I'm lying. I respond to almost none of them. Probably won't even see that shit, but I might. Okay?
And make sure to hit that notification bell if you want to get notified for the next video.
And subscribe, fool. Alright, peace.
Ramo and Flanagan. If you let Brandon in, I am so horny that I'll fuck a mannequin. Bitch, can you handle it? It's nice to meet you. If you let me smash, I'ma take you to IKEA. They let you do it. They let you do whatever you want. They let you do it. They let you do whatever you want. They let you do it. They let you do whatever you want. You a star, yeah, they let you do whatever you want. You can grab my